right, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We're back for an early stream today, earlier than normal. So the plan is we are doing Great Attorney Chronicles and then some more Conrad Stevenson's Paranormal PI, which we're almost done with that game. We just have a few more ghosts to investigate and release, and then we will be done with that. And this episode will actually get us caught up with our Ace Attorney game. So this is technically actually, in fact, today's episode. So there we go. Looks like everything's good. So let's go ahead and hop right into it then, shall we? Greetings, friends, and welcome to Enigma Night Gaming. My name is Liara, and I will be your guide in today's adventure. Today, we are playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. And in today's episode, we're gonna have to poll the jury and find out why they're voting against Mr. Natsumi. Is this just peer pressure? I don't know. Let's hop in and ask the jurors what they have to say for themselves. All right. Man, I stayed up so late editing my videos last night, so... All right. For pity's sake, that little Nipponese oddity already admitted it himself, didn't he? If he said that a woman in a green collapsed before his eyes, why, it can only have been the victim. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, not in winter. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. I really don't care. Can we just wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing. Your books, yes. Nice shop, that. But bourbon books? No, not worth a visit. All right. Glad I caught a stream, found you through Light Raiders Discord server. I'm one of the Tower Masters there. Well, welcome in, Seekers Republic. I'm looking forward to the Light Raiders stuff coming out. Welcome in, welcome in. All right. With only minor exceptions, the reasons for finding the defendant guilty are all too clear. When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already. Oh dear, even the judge appears convinced of Mr. Natsumi's guilt now. Why did he have to run away like that? And how are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody could see? This is impossible. How can I possibly make a case for the defense? Mr. Naruhodo, this is no time for grumbling. If we want to force the trial to continue... Yes, I know. I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their minds. Well, 4 of them at least. Exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward. Boy. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your summation examination. Ho, ho, ho. I swear, that guy. Yes, my lord. I just need to keep this trial going. Somehow. Whatever it takes. Manai Onosoki, you can do it. Oh boy. So let's see. Time to question them. For pity's sake, that little Nipponese oddity already admitted it himself, didn't he? Oh, let's just press everything. Press everything. Excuse me, but aren't you... Yes, that's right. I was in the witness stand myself just 2 days ago. Yes, I had a feeling I knew your face. Or the side of it, anyway. If I remember correctly, you're a banker, aren't you? That's right. After the gold rush got down under, I came back to London for work. And it was all going swimmingly until you started fussicking around. Bruce Fairplay was a man of repute. Sorry? Don't think I've forgotten how you treated me the other day. You had me and that young hatter pegged as criminals. Oh, well, you know, water under the bridge. Now there's all sorts of rumors buzzing around, and the police have been badgering me nonstop. If I could turn back the clock... Well, anyway, I don't know about the hatter, but at least I'm in the clear now. And free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who isn't. Thank goodness. Alright, maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind, given our awkward history. Oh dear, I wonder what's become of Mr. First now. If he said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, well, it can only have been the victim. Are you sure about that? It couldn't have been anyone else in the entire city wearing green. You're right about the time of the incident. The defendant admits to having seen someone wearing a green overcoat walking ahead of him. I feel like if he turns his head to the other way, the cracking sound will sound like a bomb going off. I know, right? It's like you only have one side of your face visible. Alright. Well, quite. That's precisely my point. Clearly, that someone wearing green was the victim. And clearly, that funny little Nipponese man with the disturbing mustache is the culprit. But let us not forget, madam, the defendant vehemently denies attacking the woman. Why, of course he does. If he admits to stabbing her, his life is over. The man is obviously a liver-faced coward, honestly claiming the woman simply collapsed before his eyes. But if that's a lie, as you're suggesting, do you not think he would have concocted something more credible? Oh, I really couldn't say. After all, you are foreign. Who's to say what goes through your funny little minds? Wow, lady. I can tell you what's going through my funny little mind right now, but you wouldn't like it. I imagine not. Probably not, right, Inosuke? I do declare the man has already made the admission. He himself has stated that there was nobody else around. Surely the conclusion is obvious. No one else could possibly have committed this awful crime. Ugh. If no one else could have done it, the accused must be the man. Really, it couldn't be more simple. Your argument is compelling in its simplicity, I must admit. Oh my, you are too kind, my lord. Well, that went well for her. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, not in winter. I wonder, we have a pit option. I should can we pit? Okay, we gotta pay attention. I think we're gonna have to pit someone against someone else, but who? I don't know, but let's press him. But you can't deny there are other routes Mr. Natsumi could have taken back from your books. Oh, yes, like if you drew on a map, you mean. What was it? Calabash Road or something? Precisely. But it seems to me that what counts is whether the little Japanese fellow actually went that way or not. Well, yes, that's true. And at the moment, there's no proof that shows us he did, is there? I don't know, is there? Well, yes, that's true as well. And as I understand it, the accused himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he? Well, yes, that's annoyingly true. Winter nights are dark and cold, so the way I see it, you'd want to get home as quickly as possible. Well, yes. Why is all this true? So really, the only thing that makes sense is he went home along Briar Road. I'm supposed to be convincing you here. I have given it a lot of thought, you know. Well, hello there. It's time for you to go, little girl. We have a visitor. All right. I have given it a lot of thought, you know. I didn't just make up my mind on a whim the way he did it. Cat stream, yeah. I mean, if there was some logical reason why he might have gone the Calabash Road way, it'd be different. I'd be happy to reconsider my position in that case. Honest, I would. A reason why Sasaki-san might have taken the longer way home. Okay, so we gotta look and see if there's a reason why. I think maybe he's just absent-minded, but we'll see. Yes, a good reason. I don't imagine you'll be able to sway this young man's opinion without one. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. Hold it. We know you. Whatever is the matter, young man? You're the wife of Mr. Garadam, aren't you? The landlord who rents Mr. Natsumi his room. The master's wife? Where do you get your ideas, sir? I'm the maid, you understand? She's keeping up that charade? This is going to be awkward. Why didn't you mention this yesterday? That you'd been selected for the jury in this trial, I mean. Well, I was told not to mention it to anyone until the day of the trial, you see. It was in the letter I received. The instructions were very clear. So I'm afraid I had no choice. I see. Anyway, Mr. Natsumi, the defendant, takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he? Yes, that's right, although he's only been in a little over a week now. And in that time, surely you must have taken stock of his character. Does Mr. Natsumi look like the kind of man who would commit a crime such as this? Oh my goodness me, yes, he's just the sort. What? Spending all his time in that dark and dingy room, sporting that unscrupulous mustache. Everyone hates the mustache. The man never speaks. And don't get me started on those shifty eyes. All the neighbors are talking about him. I've heard them, you know. People think he must be building a bomb in there or something. Oh dear, poor Mr. Natsumi. How could people say such things about him? He's just a harmless bookworm and nothing more. Well, you just called him a worm, so... Anyway, I'd better be careful about inviting this maid to speak. She said enough things already. Oh, boy. I really don't care. Can we just wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing. Twitter be like, yeah. Your books. Nice shop, that. But bourbon books? No, not worth a visit. I totally forgot to press the other guy, but I think it's going to be this guy versus the other guy that we pit together. But let's press him. Sorry? Fold it, you say? Fold what? No. What I said was hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your books often? I like the old books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of old tea. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're talking about. And at what time did you visit your books on the day in question? Well, I was picking out books in there all afternoon, and it would have been just before 5 that I left. So that would have been around the same time as Mr. Natsumi, I think. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you are all talking about. Interesting. All right. Just before 5, you say, exactly when the victim was attacked. Are you sure about the time? Oh, yes, no mistake there. I remember it well. I'm not about to forget that day in a hurry, not after the dreadful time I had. What do you mean? Well, I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on the ice and donked my head. It's always worse after the snow stopped falling. That's when it's most slippery. Knocked myself clean out, I did. I really thought my number was out. Wait a minute, let me get this straight. This happened on Calabash Road? That's right. I live in Cornpipe, you see. Heading down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your books. Juror number 6, I must insist that you add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant. Sorry? Extremely sick? No, I'm quite all right now. This guy. All right, so yes, those are the 2 jurors we're going to have to pit down against each other. It sends a shiver down my spine to hear the members of the jury so convinced of Mr. Natsumi's guilt. But I can't help feeling that some of their opinions are rather subjective. I agree. It's the irrelevance of what some of them are saying that sends a shiver down my spine. Still, at least some of their assertions don't actually incriminate Mr. Natsumi of anything. That's something. We must use that to our advantage, Mr. Naruhodo, cunningly. Yes, you're right. Let's listen to the jurors again carefully. And if any of their assertions are at odds, I'll pit them mercilessly against each other. Yes, don't hold back. Pit them all against each other. All right, so it's going to be juror 3 and 6. So we're just going to kind of skip these guys, right? Now, this guy is the one that we're going to pit. But I also want to press the 5th juror because I skipped him by accident. So. Hold it. A man's life is on the line here, sir. This will take as long as it takes. Don't get clever with me now, son. My life's on the line too, and so is my family's. The likes of you wouldn't understand, but a laborer like me can't afford to take time off. If I don't work, I don't eat, and neither do the wife and kids. Oh, I see. That must be very hard. I go to the union every morning to find out what needs doing. If you're late and the work's taken, it's tough. This time of year, there's winter and gas supply pipes bursting left, right, and center. They're after cheap labor to get the roads dug up to fix it. It's a hard slog from dawn till dusk, it is. So you were out digging up roads on the day of the incident as well, were you? That's right. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just round the corner from where it all happened. By that old bookshop it was. What? Another coincidence. That's right. Meerschaum Street it was. Meerschaum Street. On the map, Mr. Naruhodo, there are only 3 named streets. Juror number 5, I need you to add that information to your formal statement, please. Wait, so he couldn't have gone, because I think Meerschaum Street was the top road, right? What's the point in that? Can't we just get this business over with now? Please, sir, it's important. Yes, fine, I'll do it then. All right. On the day it happened, I was digging up Mearsham Street from dawn till dusk. All right, so I want to look at the court record at the map, because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so he was digging up Mearsham Street, and the other guy says he always goes down Calabash because it's more convenient. So I think that those two guys right there, they're going to end up pressing. So let's go ahead and pit him against this guy, right? So let's see what happens. Those two statements are clearly at odds with one another. At odds, counsel? Explain yourself. Please don't point. It wasn't me, I swear. What? I just want to get this done and dusted. Well, juror number 3? Oh, me, sir? Well, what do you mean? Juror number's 5 words now are extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's being said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsumi visited this bookshop to purchase a number of secondhand books. And on the same day, we now know there were works being carried out on Mearsham Street, making it impassable, which means the defendant's route home could not have taken him along Mearsham Street and down Briar Road. Oh, yes, of course. What do you think, sir? Well, yes, you can't argue with that, really, can you? We must have had a good 2 yards or more of the pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way. So the only conclusion is this. The defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodgings. Yes, I suppose he must have. I suppose that must be right, eh? Juror number 3, you said the following. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, but we see now that he had no choice. Yes. Okay, have we convinced him? My lord, Mr. Judge, sir, if I may. Yes? I don't think, in all good conscience, that I can say the man's guilty now. All right, so he's going to change his vote. Yes, I'd like to see this trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened. All right, here we go. Nice. That's 1. What about you, sir? Who, me? Well, all right then. If there's a hole in the prosecution's argument, it should be filled. That's what I say. All right. That's 2. Now let's see. Well done, Mr. Naruhodo. That was wonderful. We've managed to change a couple of minds at least. It's strengthened our position somewhat. Yes. Yes, and it will prompt the other members of the jury to reconsider their stance as well. They'll be asking themselves if their current leanings are really right or not. Now, if we could just identify one more clue or discrepancy that would make them stop doubting Mr. Natsumi, we might be able to tip the balance completely. Yes, that's exactly what we've got to do. Van Zeeks is looking to bring this trial to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent, by whatever means we have at our disposal. All right. Thank you, counsel. On with the summation examination, please. Yes, my lord. Okay, so we still have juror number 6, but who can we pit him against? I have to say, not guilty at this point, so we can see where this trial goes from here. All right. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. Whether it's digging up roads or digging up the truth, you've got to see things through to the end, haven't you? I slipped over that evening myself on Calabash Road. I knocked myself clean out, you know. Okay, is that going to be Juror 2, right? Because she's the one... Let's think about this. She's the one who said it had to have been him because there's no other option. Let's pit them together, right? If he said a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, right? So let's pit them against each other because that doesn't match. Those two statements clearly show a flaw in the juror's reasoning. A flaw? What are you talking about, counsel? Well, juror number 2, juror number 6. Ma, whatever do you mean, sir? He's just like, eh? I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable. It's not like I was loud or anything. There is at least one fact of which we can be sure here. The bookshop receipt found in the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to your books and purchased a number of second-hand titles. He then returned home on foot. But the man says he had no recollection of his return journey. That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. Yes, we are all well aware of this. The poor young woman who was stabbed, obviously.
Objection.
Can we really be sure of that, madam? Ma, whatever do you mean? I'm sure you heard juror number 6's account of what happened to him that day. Did she just fall and slip on her own knife or something? That same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim who was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood. Oh my! Uh-huh. My goodness, you mean? That's right. I'm referring, of course, to hard of hearing juror number 6. He is wearing a green coat. Are you really suggesting that the person in the green overcoat, whom the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes, was the jolly old gentleman on the end of the bench here with me today? That is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim. Well, look at that. My goodness me. Huh? Sorry? You need a pee? That guy, my goodness. And crucially, we know precisely where the old man in the green overcoat fell, which supports our alternative route theory as well. On Calabash Road. And therefore, if the person whom Mr. Natsumi saw collapsing in front of him was in fact juror number 6, it means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. And if that's true, then clearly the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home. Oh my. Oh boy. So, you idiot old man, if you hadn't been so daft as to be roaming about there, we'd have boxed this off hours ago. And really, what were you thinking wearing such a befuddling coat? What did you say to me? Is it a crime for the elderly to walk the streets these days? Is it a crime to slip over on the ice? Is it a crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat, is it? She's got to put on her makeup. My lord, I do hope it won't cause any inconvenience, but... You'd like to change your leaning, I presume? I do declare that I would. I should like to call for a verdict of not guilty. Thank you. And I would too. What? Is it a crime to change your mind? Is it? Well... well, there's our 4. It's not going to be that easy, though. Not at all. Well, that summation examination has concluded with a rather large shift in opinion. The ayes 2, the noes 4. So the noes have it. Not guilty, they say. Which means we no longer have a consensus among the members of the jury. The trial will continue.
Objection!
Of course, Dracula has an objection. Get your sustenance back. Could it seem churlish of me to drink from my hallowed chalice moments after raising an objection, only to crush it in disgust? Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeek? I'd like to see the scale in a real courtroom. Yeah, that'd be amazing. It seems I must retract my earlier remark. Can we get that Dracula guy on charges of cannibalism? What do you mean? I mistakenly credited these jurors with intelligence by describing them as insightful. Yet we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern entertainer. Eh? Whatever do you mean?
Objection!
I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth. Indeed, stalwart juror number 5 was undoubtedly repairing the road as he claims. I believe you said it was a good 2 yards of the pavement, which you had excavated, sir. That's right. Took me the whole day, and they paid me a measly 2pence for it. He's gonna say it's on the other side of Briar Road, isn't he? Now, my learned Nipponese friend, tell me, do you have any notion of the distance that 2 yards represents? Well, if I'm honest, I don't have a clue, no. 2 yards is a little less than 2 meters. Less than 2 meters? That's not much at all. In other words, a distance readily vaulted by anyone of moderate vigor. Would you not agree, my stalwart friend? Eh? Me? Well, I can't say you're wrong, no. What? And did you, perchance, erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from passing the site of your works? Excuse me there. All right. Eh? I wouldn't dream of it. What a waste of time. No coaches would have had the hope of passing anyway, and we just turn any gentlefolk back when they come. Kids just jump right over us all the time. The accused is no gentleman, as far as I can see. I have little doubt, however, that he could spring over a 2-yard trench in his meandering around town. Ah! Is it true? Is it? The incontrovertible truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found at the scene. There can be no doubt that on his way back to his lodgings, Mr. Natsumi walked down a briar road. Ugh, crushed in a single sentence. I mean, I suppose it is possible somebody else bought the exact same books and went down that road, but it does seem less likely now. And, old man? Old man, you can talk! You say that around 5 o'clock on the day in question, you slipped and fell on Calabash Road. Did he jump the trench with the books in hand? I don't know. That's the going theory. Hooray. Was there a suspicious-looking Nipponese behind you at the time? Oh, I can't say as I remember. You don't remember? How about a wager, my learned friend? You say it was this old man that the accused saw, but I would lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it. And with that, we're back to square one. Order! Lord Van Zeeks, explain yourself! My lord, have you had such a trenchant argument up your sleeve? Why in the world did you not proffer it during the summation examination? I wanted to give this young foreign student the sightseeing experience he no doubt came for. I wanted him to see for himself how the opinion of the jury is so readily swayed. Ugh. But my very hospitality has its limits, and they have been reached, I feel. He's so arrogant. Throw off that cloak. So, my learned friend, today's sightseeing tour of London is now over. What? What are you talking about? My lord, the prosecution requests permission to call its next witnesses to the stand. Granted. Bailiff, bring forth the witnesses. Its next witnesses? Mr. Naruhodo, do you not remember? We've been told on several occasions that there were eyewitnesses to the incident. Yes, I remember, one of them being a Scotland Yard policeman, no less. I'm afraid that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness. All right, no matter who Van Zeeks brings to the stand as his witness, and no matter what they say, I believe in Sosaki-san. I know he's innocent. And I'll keep believing to the very end until this battle is over. All right, so we just got to keep the faith. What an interesting pair. Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court. He's asleep. They look like siblings. Constable Roy Bates, sir. Nothing to report on the street, sir. And he's back asleep. And I'm Mrs. Beat. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say I'm the Youngtown hero's wife. Okay. They're married, but they look alike. That's weird. Hear me out. A bit of garlic, a UV lamp, right? What's the story here exactly? Well, in truth, we've not been married long. In fact, we celebrated our first anniversary only the other day. I guess that's why they got stars in their eyes, right? He can't stay awake? No, it was your husband I was asking about. He seems tired. Hardly surprising. Whilst being an honorable occupation, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world. Oh, really? I'm sure I've heard that before, actually. Indeed, apart from rare days off, our gallant officers trudge some 20 miles a day, you know. They patrol boarding houses and pubs and collect taxes, survey the streets, check the meters are reading true, and they're responsible for keeping the streets clean and lighting and extinguishing our streetlights. That might come into be important there, because he's passing out. If he was responsible for that street, maybe he didn't light up the street so that the murder could be seen. I don't know. That might be important to keep in mind. There are a number of items on that list that don't sound much like policing duties at all. I wouldn't be falling asleep on my feet. I'd have collapsed long ago. But it goes without saying that a policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Even when he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes on his beat. Mandatory unpaid overtime? For the London Bobby is a man of honor. And apparently a man of passing out. And a man of slumber, exactly. On the day in question, this man and his wife were walking down Briar Road in the opposite direction, and they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Mrs. Beatty? That's right, sir. Isn't it, Rolly? He's just like catching his ease. Constable Roy Beat, sir. Nothing to report on the street, sir. What a great witness he's going to be. Very good. I'd like to hear your formal testimonies now, please. You will tell the court exactly what you saw on the afternoon of the incident. Yes, sir. And immediately unconscious again. Alright, so what the witnesses saw. It was our wedding anniversary, and Rolly was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor. Then the other scattered something before running off. We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at a nearby police box. It was definitely that Japanese man in the dock. Rolly and I both saw him as clear as day. Okay. Well, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say. Not really. Oh dear, this policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Natsumi at the scene. If their testimony is true, then alternative course of events that you established in the summation examination will be quashed. His death knell, in fact, because that alternative was never viable in the first place. What happened to him saying it was dark first? Yeah, I know. Like, something didn't add up here to me. What an unfortunate bechancing, and on your wedding anniversary, too. Oh, I know, but I still managed to go out for the evening with my man. I thank the Lord for that. Gosh, the life of a London Bobby sounds very hard indeed. Indeed. However, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon. What do you mean by that? My learned friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene. What? Okay, I'm trying to visualize this. Either they were walking away from the victim and still wouldn't have seen his face, or they were walking. What? That doesn't... I'm very confused. Unless they were coming from the south of the map? Like, let's look at that map. So this is where it happened. Were they coming down this direction or this direction? I mean, if they were coming down this direction and he ran away, they wouldn't have seen his face. That doesn't make any sense. Something weird is going on here for sure. They are testifying under oath that it was without doubt the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsumi. Alright. And one of these witnesses is a policeman, no less, so you appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure. Except that the man's so tired his wife has to do all the talking. Yeah, there's that too. Enough preamble. Counsel for the defense. Commence the cross-examination, please. Alright. Yes, my lord. Time to press these witnesses. Alright. It was our wedding anniversary, and Rolly was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Hold it! No time to change after work, you say? Are you also a member of the police, Miss Beatty? Oh, no, sadly not. It's a job for strapping young men only. Women, children, and the elderly can't even apply. Okay. Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can't you? I think Rolly looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you down to the ground, doesn't it, darling? What? I just finished my beat. Pat and I were heading back to the station. I was actually planning on getting change there. Is he talking in his sleep? This is creepy. Oh no, Rolly, I much prefer you in uniform. Sometimes I don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes. Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy. No, it doesn't. It seems weird. Kindly adhere to the point. You were going for a meal after you had finished your beat for the day, correct? So many dumb ways to die. Alright. That's right, sir, yes. Although I was fit to drop, to be honest. After spending the whole day on my feet. But policing is my life, sir. As long as I'm the proud owner of this, I'll serve my city and my queen to the end. What's that now? My warrant card, sir. Proof that I'm a London copper. Can resist, yeah. It has the noble founding principles of the force written on it as a reminder to all us policemen of our sworn duty to patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. Sir, and for such noble cause I cover 20 miles every single day, without fail and without grumble, because I know that the plodding of my boots is all Londoners need to hear and to feel safe and secure. So, fighting crime doesn't appear to come into it, then. But, sir, just on that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mrs. Beatty puts up with a lot being married to a bobby like me. I wanted to show my dear wife how much I care. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. Oh, disgusting. Oh, what a charming couple. Their young love is such a joy to behold. If a little over the top, perhaps I'm with you, Ryonosuke. And then kindly describe what happened next. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. Hold it! Okay, out of the fog, you say? Two silhouettes. That's right. They were coming towards us, walking up Briar Road in the opposite direction. There was a rather plump figure, followed by a scrawny, thin-looking man. That does sound exactly like the victim as pictured in the print, and like Mr. Natsumi. Yes, unfortunately it does. And you're certain that at the time there was nobody else nearby? Oh yes, quite certain. It was dark, but there are streetlights on Briar Road, you see. There was nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling? Huh? What? Yes, that's right. Of course. There was a light fog on the ground. But Briar Road is dead straight, and you can see a fairly long way down the pavement. And then there's the street lighting as well. I didn't see any other pedestrians. Before sleep takes a firm hold, your answer, please, Mr. Beatty. Are you quite sure of what you've just said? Yes, sir. As a copper who spends all day, every day, keeping watch on the streets, I'd swear to it, sir. I'm as sure as my love for Patricia is true. Oh, Pat. Oh, really? They're still maintaining there was no one else around than the victim and the attacker. It's starting to seem like that must be how it really happened, except for they said fog, where you could see, and earlier, the other cop had said that it was a light fog, which meant you could see like across the street but no further. So maybe there was Mr. Natsumi farther behind the other people, but you couldn't see him because of the fog. That's what I'm thinking. It's beginning to seem like there's nowhere to run. Well, that didn't stop Mr. Natsumi, did it? He fled the scene all too convincingly. Thank you. I believe we have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just before the incident now. What happened in the crucial moments that followed? All right. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor. Then the other scattered something before running off.
Hold it!
Scattered something. What do you mean by that? Oh, well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time. But then when we got closer, we realized what it was. Didn't we, darling? Huh? What? Yes, that's right. It was some old books. I see. Old books. Yes, sir. The culprit had dropped a number of them all around where the victim lay on the pavement. Indeed, as clearly pictured in this photographic print. Why would you scatter them around, though? That doesn't make any sense. You would have just dropped them. Like, that's very weird. It doesn't make any sense. That rotten Japanese man did that when he did the deed.
Hold it!
Let's not forget that it remains to be established that the defendant was indeed the attacker. But we saw him. It was the man in the dock without question, sir. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the taut mouth, the snub nose. Everything. Any more insults you want to throw in? That's right. He looked down at that poor defenseless woman with those terrifying intense eyes. And then suddenly threw his books onto the pavement and ran away. I see. This is tough. They seem as though they're telling the truth here. May I remind the court that this unambiguous testimony comes from a policeman and his wife. Now please continue. Yes, sir.
We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at a nearby police box.
Hold it!
Was it your husband who went to fetch help?
No, I went. I may not be a police officer myself, but I am the proud wife of one after all. Isn't that right, my darling?
What? Yes, that's right. I asked Miss Beatty to go. I was off duty by that point. But a Bobby's never truly off duty, of course, so I felt obliged to stay and guard the scene. Very laudable, Mr. Beatty. Preserving the scene of a crime is a task of considerable importance. I'm sure he did a great job passing out on his feet, too. That's why I sent Patricia, you see. I told her where to find the right police box. Forgive my ignorance, but what do you mean exactly by the right police box? Depends on a crime's location, you see, as to who deals with it. Where the woman was stabbed wasn't actually on my beat. So I told Patricia the way to the police box for the beat that the incident fell under so she could go and report it.
I ran there as quickly as I could and asked for help from the Bobby on duty. There's nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know.
And thanks to your swift response, the case was quickly resolved. The actions of two model citizens.
Oh, please, you're making us blush, isn't he, darling?
Yes, sir! What Patricia said, sir! Let's move on, shall we?
It was definitely that Japanese man in the dock. Rolly and I both saw him as clear as day.
Did you now? But surely you wouldn't have been able to see his face by the light of the gas street lamps, would you?
We absolutely could. Us Londoners have exceptional eyesight, I'll have you know.
Right.
The light from the street lamps was more than enough. And my husband already told you that the fog was only light, didn't he?
Yes, and what of the fog? We're famous for it across the globe, I believe. But it's an absolute menace to those of us who have to live with it, of course.
Oh, it is. When it's thick, you can't even see the hand at the end of your own arm.
Yes, all right, I take your point. Now could you stop shaking your husband about?
The constant fog makes our eyes very sharp, you see. That's why we can tell you for sure and certain that it was that little Japanese man we saw. Can't we, darling?
She's just gonna jerk him around. Huh? What? Ah, yes, it was the accused, and no mistake. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the taut mouth, the snub nose. Unmistakable, sir. As far as this couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any question. He's gonna die of whiplash, right? It was Sasaki-san they saw running away from the scene of the crime. Okay. Alright, let's get another cough drop. So that's it, is it? Their entire testimony?
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, I hate to admit it, but on hearing the testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Mrs. Beatty saw what they say they saw. Mr. Natsumi running away from the scene on Briar Road that day.
Yes, I feel the same.
So if that's true, where does that leave us? Whose neck is stronger, the Bobby or the banker? Interesting question.
The members of the jury are sure to call for a guilty verdict after this testimony.
Oh no, then what do we do?
If Kazuma-sama were here,
what are you trying to say?
I think he would try to find a contradiction somewhere else within their testimony.
What do you mean, somewhere else?
Their statements about seeing Mr. Natsumi is unequivocal. Calling that into question won't help. But if you could identify some other part of their testimony which appears to contradict the facts, you might be able to discredit them to make the jury doubt if the pair's memory of the day is accurate.
Oh, right. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that she said she couldn't see what was on the ground. It was the books, but then she could clearly see his face. So to me, that seems like that's going to be the contradiction, right?
But simply, we must focus on finding a discrepancy in these statements somewhere. If we don't, I'm afraid the trial may reach an early and unfavorable conclusion.
Why do I always seem to be so up against it? Because that makes it fun.
Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something?
Oh, yes, of course. What is it?
Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so it seems like you don't believe our testimony. Is that right? Is it? Well, out with it.
What? No. Oh, no, it's really not that at all.
My husband's a policeman, remember? And I know what I saw. I remember every last detail, everything. Like, oh, I know. What about the books the man dropped? I could tell you the names of every single one every single one. And you dare to question how reliable my testimony is?
That will do, Mrs. Beatty.
No, it won't do at all. The Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of. Even if I decide to forgive him for insulting us, don't think for a minute that Rolly will.
I really didn't mean to cause offense. Please, put your husband's fist down. That is something no one should ever have to say. Perhaps you would like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Mrs. Beatty. Might that appease you?
Oh, thank you, my lord. That would settle things nicely. Wouldn't it, darling?
Oh boy. So we're going to have an amended testimony?
I could even tell you the names of the 4 books he dropped at the scene.
Okay. Oh, I should have pressed there. Okay. So, this is all the same stuff that we said before. Let's go back to that last statement and press. All right, let's go back. Back through the whole statement. I didn't realize that. I thought she was going to say more. All right. So let's go back through the testimony. One more.
I could even tell you the names of the 4 books he dropped at the scene.
Can you now? Yes, we know that there were books dropped at the scene of the crime, as you say. Those purchased by the accused at the nearby secondhand bookshop on the day in question.
After I'd been to the police box for help, I decided to have a good look over the area for good measure. I am a proud policeman's wife, after all. I did it for Rolly.
And what was your husband doing at the time?
Oh, he was lying face down in the snow, getting some well-deserved rest. He works ever so hard, you know. ever so hard, don't you, my darling?
Interesting way of guarding the scene of the crime. My thoughts exactly. Well, Mrs. Beatty, seeing as you've regaled the court with tales of your powers of recollection, would you be so kind as to recount the titles of the books you observed at the scene?
I'd be happy to. Now, are you all listening? There was The Picture of Monsieur Somebody or the Other, and What's It, Yearnings?
Let's look at what they actually are. The Picture of Monsieur Lecoq, Canterbury Yearnings, and A Meal for Gabarral. Okay. Yeah, so far that's right.
Then there was A Meal for Someone, and the last one was definitely The Thingummy Something.
What? That doesn't make sense. That there was not 4 books, right?
You see?
There's only 3 books he purchased. Yes, I see there are 1 or 2 holes in your memory.
Oh, well, they were along those lines, I'm quite sure.
There were indeed books found at the scene with titles along those lines, as you put it.
Well, what did I tell you? So I think it's very mean, the way you've been implying that my testimony can't be trusted. Don't you agree, darling?
Anyone who upsets my Patricia will have me to answer to. Don't overreact there, my guy. Terrifying. Yeah, she really is. Alright. That escalated quickly, exactly. That's their entire testimony? Alright, so, it does sound that they saw what they saw. There's got to be a contradiction here somewhere. Alright, maybe we can present. Can we present? Because there was only 3 books purchased. Are there 4 books in the picture? Let's look. Alright, so let's see. I want to look. We got to find a discrepancy, right? So let's look at the picture. 1, 2, 3. But there's only 3 books are purchased. So she said 4 books. So let's go to her last statement. All right. 4 books. Okay. So let's present the secondhand book receipt because it definitely was not 4 books. So you're saying that there were 4 books.
That's right. I remember all of them. The Picture of Monsieur Somebody, What's It, Yearnings, A Meal for Someone, and The Thingummy Something.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Beatty. But there is a fundamental flaw in that statement of yours.
Oh no, what flaw?
Simply that at the scene of the crime, there were only 3 books, not 4.
What?
This is the receipt from the bookshop where the defendant bought his books.
Your books?
Yes, and it details Mr. Natsumi's purchases that day. But as you can see, only 3 books are listed.
Only 3? But no, that can't be. I remember seeing them. There were 4 books, I tell you, 4 dirty old books.
Oh, really? Have you a good look at this photographic print of the scene of the crime? As you can clearly see from this evidence as well, there are only 3 books.
But I just don't believe it. I saw them there. I swear, I saw them.
No, madam, I'm afraid your powers of observation cannot be relied upon.
Grr.
So it cannot be denied that though you say it was the defendant you saw, you could very well be mistaken.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. No.
Objection!
It is plainly evident that it is your powers of deduction that cannot be relied upon, my learned Nipponese friend. What? What cannot be denied is that these 2 witnesses saw the accused running from the scene. A fact you know very well you have no hope of disproving. So you've striven to avert attention from that by dint of some inconsequential discrepancies. Would that be fair? He sees right through me. But your plan has somewhat recoiled against you. What are you talking about? It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast. To the policeman's wife, in her entirely accurate testimony, in every respect. Is the 4th book, like, in the satchel?
Oh.
You see, the matter is not up for debate. At the scene of Briar Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found.
Objection!
But what about the photographic print? It only shows 3 books. Quite right. Only 3 can be seen in that print. That print? You mean to say... Allow me to present another, one that shows the victim's hand. The lion's pride? That still is nothing related to what she said. I don't believe it. It's the 4th book, as you will observe. The 4th book was hidden from view in the original print by the victim's torso. No. Order!
There, you see? Look at that. Look.
Yes.
It's just like I said, isn't it, my darling?
It's in his hand that couldn't have been dropped by the accused. Exactly, right. Too many holes in this story. Yes, sir. Petitioner's always right, sir. Let us study the receipt for the books purchased by the accused on the day in question. Mrs. Beatty, the titles once again, if you please.
Oh, yes, of course. The picture of Monsieur somebody or other.
And the picture of Monsieur Lecoq.
What's it, yearnings?
Canterbury Yearnings.
A meal for someone.
A meal for Gabarral, in fact. As the court has just heard, the witnesses remembers the book titles flawlessly, save for a few minor details. Except for the last one. Mrs. Beatty's powers of recollection can only be described as exceptional.
Did you hear that, Rolly? The gentleman paid me a compliment.
Yes, sir. Flawless, sir. Patricia's flawless. But there's only 3 books on the receipt, and Mrs. Beatty mentioned 4. And there's nothing surprising about that. Clearly, the 4th book is that which is shown in this photographic print. I'm sorry, Counsel, but does that not seem odd? Why should the 4th book be omitted from the receipt? It's not odd at all, my lord. As the photograph clearly shows, the 4th book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, it belongs to the victim. The victim was holding her own book?
I wonder what became of that 4th book.
Obviously, it wasn't overlooked by the investigating officers at Scotland Yard. I have it here as evidence. You will submit that and the aforementioned photographic print to the court, please, Counsel. My pleasure, my lord. Alright, the second crime scene photograph has been entered into the court record. It's taken by a policeman just after the incident and specifically shows the victim's hand. The 4th book has been entered into the court record. It's entitled The Lion's Pride. Okay. The prosecution rests. I have nothing further to add. What? You seem surprised, my learned friend. But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile. The spurious longer route to the accused's lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination, and the attempted discrediting of the witness's powers of recollection in your cross-examination. Futile? I walked right into this, didn't I?
You see, everything we've said is true.
Nope. Wrong.
Isn't that right, my darling?
Yes, Pat. Marry me, Pat. So, perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider their positions, should the court waste any more time on this Nipponese travesty. Or is it the decision you have to make all too apparent already? You have heard all of the witnesses and seen all of the evidence. This trial has run its course.
Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid we are in a terribly precarious position.
He says nothing more to add, only to add the Ark of the Covenant, an alien spaceship, and a poorly drawn picture of a dog later. Exactly right. I know, but if I fight back in the wrong way now, it could very well just make matters worse. Think, Ryonosuke, think. What do you do now? We raised an objection.
Objection.
I'm not done yet. No, my learned friend, it's over. That last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense, and you failed. The die has been cast. There's no more room for debate. Yes, there is. Well, it might be over as far as you're concerned, but I can't think of what to say.
If I may, Lord Van Zeeks, it seems somewhat boorish to close down the debate at this point.
Humph. Your insignificant little Eastern Isle must be a lawless hole indeed. For a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to intervene at a moment like this.
Oh.
That's it. I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So you will have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential and her opinions invaluable.
Mr. Naruhodo.
One of this land's great guiding principles is tolerance. So the court will hear you, madam. Go ahead, Mr. Sato, please. Very well. Pray, what insight can you give us? What have we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further?
Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished.
I see. And you believe that this new evidence warrants further examination, do you?
Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think?
Of course it does.
It's just possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've been waiting for. The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leanings in a moment. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. So we must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented evidence as thoroughly as possible.
Yes, I understand. And thank you, Mr. Sato. This is it. So Sato-san has managed to win us one last chance here. I can't let it go to waste. And the defense wishes to present evidence, my lord. Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offers a profound insight into this case and has hitherto been overlooked. Alright, so let's look at the evidence. So this is... Okay, this is... Something is weird here, right? The book is burned here, but it's not here, right? Oh, it is. Okay. What is this?
Oh, look at this. The book has been badly burnt.
You're right. You'd never be able to read it in this state, especially not at the latter pages. I wonder, is this a book? Did it get thrown from the boarding house? Because remember, there was a fire there, and the bookshelf, which was right by the window, was badly burnt. I wonder if this was thrown out and hit her? I don't know.
What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of the paper, I think the damage must have occurred very recently.
A book recently damaged by fire. Why does this seem to raise a red flag with me? Okay. Alright. So, cover is badly burnt. And then there's the title.
Let me see. It's a book entitled The Lion's Pride.
I'm afraid I don't know any English literature at all. So it wouldn't be something I've heard. Wait a minute. The Lion's Pride? That's strange. I think I have heard of a book by that name before, and very recently too.
It's a title I recognize too, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yeah, I think this came from their library. I don't think there's anything else to examine here. But this is definitely the piece of evidence. Alright, let's present this.
Take that!
The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. The fourth book found in the victim's hand.
Objection!
We have already discussed the fourth book at length. Other than it being in the victim's grasp at the time of the incident, no significance has been attached to it. Yeah, because you won't give us a chance, my guy. Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know. Disagree. Hard disagree. Yes, I'm afraid, counsel, I must concur with the prosecution on this matter. When I afforded you this opportunity, you led the court to believe that the evidence in question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue. So I must insist that you elaborate, counsel. You identified this clue at once. Do I make myself clear? Oh, yes. Yes, my lord. It's,
Mr. Naruhodo, I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence, which means you may very well be on the right track.
Yes, I think you might be right. So, counsel, precisely where is the vital clue to this case, which the fourth book conceals? That's going to be this.
Got it!
I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question. The back? What do you... Good gracious! It's been burnt to a crisp. So we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what is clearly an unreadable book? It is undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for her to have been doing. Oh boy.
Objection!
Unnatural, you say? And what of it, my Nipponese friend? Oh! Were I to concede the point, if it bears no relation to the case, there is nothing to discuss. So, should you wish to assert that this fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that day? Pray, do enlighten us all. What truth does this charred book hide? Alright, a charred book. There is just one possibility here, which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. It's an outside chance, certainly, but worth a try. Alright, I'll explain my theory. Don't keep us waiting any longer, counsel. Explain this theory of yours. What are you suggesting that you can ascertain from the fire damage this sorry tome has suffered? Its owner, right? My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals startling truth about the book's owner. I beg your pardon?
But we already know who the book belongs to. The victim was gripping it in her hand as she fell to the floor after all. It's obviously hers.
The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand has yet to be answered. However, as to the questions of who the book really belongs to or where it originated, the defense has very credible answers. Good gracious, how can you possibly? Very well, I'll play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise. But do remember, the members of the jury may well burn you if your little gamble goes awry. Counsel, the defense response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of this trial. So tell the court, who do you claim is the owner of this burnt book? It's, John Garadab. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's back. We wanted to present this.
Take that!
The answer is that the book belongs to the couple who own the house where the defendant has his lodgings. A certain Mr. and Mrs. Garadab. The landlords? And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know, but of all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Mrs. Garrideb herself.
Oh my goodness, me? I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Garrideb's wife. I'm his maid.
Things would be much easier if you would just drop the pretense. All right then, how about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Garrideb's house?
I would never presume to know all of the books he keeps, sir.
Objection!
This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused landlady, you say? You implicate this hard-working member of the public. You besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions are unforgivable.
Objection!
But we do have proof. This is not mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed on the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb's house. Good Lord, what sort of incident, counsel? A fire, my lord. That's right. Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride. By Jove, the very same title that's the subject of this debate.
Oh, dear me.
Objection!
This is risible. All you've told the court is that a book by the same name was involved in a fire. In which case, it would be reasonable to assume that it was burnt to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself to the scene of the crime. Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Without going into details, it appears that Mrs. Garrideb was considerably enraged. Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Garrideb even amid the flames.
Oh, how awful. I can't even imagine being so horrid to the one you love. Can you, Rolly?
Absolutely not, sir. My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir. She just pull your scarf until your head falls off. And all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got a hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Then the wife started hurling things at me. There was I, backed up against the window under heavy enemy fire, incendiary books coming 10 to the dozen. The man had his back up against the window and he had burning books thrown at him? Goodness gracious, are you suggesting that the book was thrown through a window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime?
Objection!
No, a thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted the very evening of the incident, and there is no report of the Garrideb's window pane being broken. That's quite true. We also saw no sign of broken glass when we visited the Garrideb household. But is it not conceivable that the window was open at that time? And not even remotely. Let us not forget the season and the chilling weather that accompanies it. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter. Does the defense postulate that this scenario, in all seriousness, counsel? Do you earnestly claim that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown, by Mr. Garadev's wife? I believe that's a possibility, my lord. We gotta consider it at least. I mean, you can't just dismiss it. It's quite enough. Who said that? Oh, her.
Well, I hope that everyone can see you for what you are now, you little foreign trickster. You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward, a mean coward. Welcome in, Toad.
Really?
Claiming that our little tiff set the whole neighborhood alight, honestly. Implying that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake. How could you? It's nothing to do with this beastly case, not any of it. All you've done is sully our family's name. Hydrate break.
All right.
It's time for hydrate.
All right. No, I assure you that was never my intention.
Dragging up an upstanding citizen's name through the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense. I should box your ears, that's what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable.
Too right. Here we go. How long have we sat here now listening to this Nipponese spouting out his fancy foreign theories? But think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could possibly have stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with the mustache, and he ran away from the scene too.
I do declare you're right.
It's true.
Yes, what did I tell you?
Makes sense to me. Huh? Sorry? What's that? Now we're back to square one. Well, it would appear that the ladies and the gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement. What is your position, Lord Van Zeeks? In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then, one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage. No, wait. The mystery of the fourth book still hasn't been... If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them on your own time. You are a terrible lawyer, my guy. You're just an excuse maker. What? No, forgive the discourtesy this time? Ahem. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decisions regarding the defendant's culpability for the court to hear.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Oh no.
Guilty.
Oh boy, here we go again. Oh dear. Dear, dear, dear. Thank you for that unambiguous response. That's twice now. It's over. Is this Sato? Miss Naruhodo, don't give up? Mr. Sato?
Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet.
You're not suggesting?
Of course, the defense has the right to another summation examination at this point. You could still convince the jurors to change their minds. You have one more chance.
My lord, the defense has to exercise its right to a summation examination. You believe you still have tricks up your sleeve. I don't intend to trick anybody. I intend to uncover the truth. This is no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. Oh boy. That is where we're going to call this one to be continued. So, what is our theory right now? Let's see. So I think that throwing the book out the window, that makes a lot of sense to me. Why would it be open? Maybe to let smoke out. Like if it was on fire, maybe he lifted it to let smoke out because they were coughing, possibly. That could be a reason that we didn't examine. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of unanswered questions here. And it's going to be interesting to see what our next episode brings. So if you like this kind of content, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. If you want to watch live, we're on Twitch at twitch.tv/LeR27. I have my schedule posted in the about and in the description. And if you want to see which games I'll be playing each day, I post them on twitter.com/LeR27. And I hope you'll join me in the next one. Until then, guys, bye. All right, let's go ahead and give this a save. We'll get slot 18. Then we'll swap over to Conrad Stevenson. All right. Let's go ahead and hop out of this game as soon as we get the option. Come on, give me the option. Nope. All right, time to leave. All right, don't save. Yes. We already saved. We don't need to save again. All right, so now it's time for Conrad Stevenson. Let's go ahead and update our info. We are almost done with this game. In fact, we only have, let's see, 6 achievements left, which one of them is one I'm going to have to go back. It's to get experience at Jefferson Street. So 5 achievements left for the lighthouse. All right, so let's investigate more lighthouse ghosts today in Conrad Stevenson's Paranormal EI. There we go. We'll get this going. I have an idea of where one of them is for sure. This also will catch up our what do you call it? It's like our optional Friday game time slot. So let's go ahead and get this swapped. All right. We got everything. That sound. Yes. Okay. Hey, Daedalus, welcome in. As you know, Naruhodo is the name of the character. Actually means I see, I understand, indeed. I did not know that. That's really interesting. Now, every time I read his name, I'm going to be thinking, I see, I understand. That's pretty cool. I'm going to get some more water before we do this. Because I don't have coffee yet. Which is sad because it's almost 5. All right. Looks like everything is good. Let's go ahead and get a video intro started. Greetings, friends, and welcome to Enigma Night Gaming. My name is Liara, and I will be your guide in today's adventure. Today, we are playing Conrad Stevenson's Paranormal PI, and we are getting so close to the end of this game. We have about 5 ghosts left, maybe, to investigate and release, all at the lighthouse. We have completed all the other maps. So today we are going to be going to the lighthouse and seeing what ghosts we can discover. So without further ado, let's hop in. All right. This has been a fun game. It is almost over, though. All right, let's look what ghosts we have at the lighthouse. I think we've released all the ones we've discovered. Yes, except for the poltergeist. And I'm pretty sure there's a demon there as well. So that's 2. And then I think there was a ghost. It was in the archives. Yeah, and we also still are missing information, so we don't even have, we got a lot of investigating to do. But there was the porter. At least one slave was a porter. So one of the ghosts, I have to remember which one. Let's see. Douglas. I think it was Douglas had a slave that he was like beating up. These are all the Hurleys. This is related to the doctor. We've already released him. This is Eli. This was Deidre and the seance. Okay, this will help with the poltergeist, I think. Because there's a poltergeist in the Hurley house that we just have to get lucky to get information for, I think. Let's look through the email and see what we can get. Mr. Stevenson would like to extend an offer for you to come and investigate the Bar Harbor Lighthouse Maritime Museum. I'm sure you're very familiar with the numerous claims about the lighthouse and surrounding grounds being haunted. I, along with most of our staff, have experienced something chilling and unexplainable during our time working at the lighthouse, whether it was hearing shrills in the Hurley house, seeing shadows briskly moving about the light stairwell, so that's Eli, or feeling full of dread while being in the barn at night. That was the doctor, right? It seems there is a wide range of stories we all collectively have. I won't go into too much detail about the history, because I'm sure you know more about this stuff than I do. The first claims of paranormal activity started in 1835 when Dylan Hurry became wiki. Undoubtedly, these ghost stories have been exaggerated when the tours started during the Novak family's tenure here. That might be related. I don't know. Okay. The story is further deepened a few years later after the lipstick killer was apprehended. That's a ghost we haven't discovered. That might be the demon. It's terrible what happened to those kiddos, and there's no shortage of ghost stories about them. I think I can speak for all of the staff here. We would like to see if you are able to find some evidence validating our experiences. It would be most convenient for us if you could investigate on a weeknight. This is our busy season, and the weekends are especially busy. The lighthouse will be completely vacant, so you can investigate wherever you want, although the visitor center and the gift snack shop will be locked up. Additionally, you will find retractable belt barriers. Please be respectful of them. Although in several locations, we have moved them back so you can investigate more closely. This is a museum, and we want to maintain the integrity of our artifacts. All right, so let's look in the wiki and see if we can get some more information. We haven't even looked at Coast Guard. Novak keepers. Xavier and Renee Novak. We did the ghost of Renee Novak. She was like a tour guide ghost. So they moved their family into the Hurley house in 1886 and became the new light keepers. They had 5 children. John was the oldest, followed by James, Joseph, Annie, and Jesse. The 3 oldest were of age and were required to assist with duties. Renee loved to cook and preferred to stay on the kitchen side of the house. If she was not in the kitchen, she could be found reading a book on the floor. Okay, so that was Renee's. The Novaks were known to be social people and grew tiresome of the seclusion associated with the light station. They worked with the city's development department and started lighthouse tours in 1894. The ferry would leave the dock at the Magnificent Drive, transfer guests to the south dock of the lighthouse, and then take a carriage up for the tour. Guests could see the location where Mr. Murdoch suffocated and then chopped up and thrown into the sea. Okay, we've already released his ghost. We don't need to see it. Where poor Eli fell to his death. Many guests reported being touched or experienced unusual cold spots. That could be the poltergeist. Several guests over the years claimed to see spirits within the Hurley house, and as well as in the stables, later converted into a petting zoo. Let's see. What else? First keepers. Do we have anything about... Okay. Admiral Irving documented that Mr. Murdoch purchased 7 slaves in 1832. That's related to the porter, right?
and had them build their own housing on the west side of the peninsula, which was densely vegetated and was a discreet location. Slavery was legal at this time, although a severe divide was growing within the country on the subject. New Eidolon did not support slavery, and no slave could be found anywhere within the city limits. Douglas was aware of the community's position, but regardless, traveled south to purchase them. The following entry demonstrates Admiral Irving's feelings on the matter. I am surprised. I find myself astonished with Douglas's recent procurement. Imagine a person of such filth would have no problem stooping to such moral lows. A few months later, he wrote the following. It seems that I have befriended my neighbors to the west. They are much more akin to my liking than that meter Douglas. Today I witnessed Douglas. Okay. Admiral Irving scripted the culmination of his hatred for Douglas Murdoch on August 7th, 1834. Today I witnessed Douglas beat George to death as I believe death. Douglas, a lazy and spineless hypocrite, felt it necessary to beat him because he was delinquent on his duties. I am full of regret not being able to stop the whipping sooner. The only redeemable act I can contrive is to ensure tonight will be the end of Douglas. Okay, so we've got a good bit of notes on hopefully the poltergeist and the slave on the west side of the peninsula. So we're going to have to, I don't even know where that location is. So we're going to have to definitely investigate that. Maybe we'll do that first. I know where I found the tag, and there was a door out of the lighthouse. So maybe we'll start there and see what we can find.
I'm fairly confident I've released more than half the ghost at Bar Harbor Lighthouse. I just hope my endeavor doesn't release the lore and legends that have been brewing here for the last couple centuries.
All right. Now, let's get some equipment. We will get the auto cam and our basic equipment. All right, first we got to find the area. So it was through the lighthouse area, right? Through this corridor here, and then out here, because we found it like right here, right? So let's look out here. See, I mean, and we're still missing information too, so we might find more things we can pick up. We just gotta kind of keep an eye out. All right, so let's go along here. Maybe we can find these accommodations. I don't know where they would be, but we'll look. We'll investigate. See what kinds of stuff we got. And I got to keep an eye out too for anything that might be new information. Hey, Daisy, welcome in. Smile, Daisy is here. Everyone smiles when Daisy is here. All right. We're getting caught in the trees here. I don't know if this is the correct way. It may be the other way, because this seems to be like a bunch of trees and nothing else. But maybe, I don't know. Let me look this way. This just seems to be like, well, maybe. I don't know. Let me keep going. It's over here. Is this a paper? I don't know. I can't. Is this a thing, or is this just rock? That might just be rock. It's over here. This is more rocks. We go through here. I don't even know where I am right now. I'm just kind of exploring. Oh, wait, this is where I've already been, though.
Okay, so I just kind of like went in a circle, I guess. Okay, so there may be stuff that way, but let's try this other direction first. Since this is along the path, because there was nothing over here, right? Like there wasn't a cave or anything. Like it just dead ends, right? As far as I can tell. Yeah, I don't think I can go over there. Yeah. I think it's just, I mean, there is, we're doing a bit of rock scaling. I don't know if I'm supposed to. Might end up getting stuck. I don't want to get stuck. Oh no. Did I just get myself stuck after I literally just said I don't want to get stuck? How did I get here? I think I might have got stuck. Let's see. Can I get out? Oh no. I fell in and I can't jump. Conrad can't jump. Conrad, you're stuck. Really? Am I gonna have to like, this is unfortunate. All right. Oh, let's go ahead and load back in then. It should load back into the beginning of the map, I think. Hopefully not right there. Let's see. And let's see. Hopefully we're okay there. Hopefully that will unstuck us. Okay. Good. We got all of our equipment again. That's good. So let's go in a different direction, right? Let's go over this way. What is this? Oh, this is where I've already been. Oh, this is exactly where I was going before then. But this isn't really new. But we won't jump up on the rocks this time, so. All right, so let's go along the railing in this direction, see where we arrive at. Let's also keep an eye out in case we find any more paper, because we are still missing notes in our book. So we must stay vigilant and observe any information that we can get. Let's see. I want to kind of follow along the railing a bit. That's the barn. We've already investigated a ghost there. Oh, I should pull out this in case we do run into a ghost. We found a note. What does that say? Feed her? Okay, it looks like a clown. I don't know. Goodness, that was startling. All right. Where are we going? Okay. Where is this? Some cave. Anything? This is different. Am I getting lost? Is there anything in here? I don't know. I don't see any paper. Maybe there's stuff in there. I don't know. That's the thing we can check out for sure in a little while. Here come the water. All right. But let's keep exploring. What is that? Can't get to it. Kind of fallen tree. All right, let's just keep looking. We gotta find those, the slave house somewhere. Let's see. What is this? Is this it? Maybe? Let's see. Bar Harbor. Oh, this one's going to be closed then, right? Because this is the snack shop. All right. Do you have any papers around here? Maybe? We can look around a little. The tables. All right. Not seeing anything. Can't go any further out that direction. All right. So where are these quarters at? I wonder. I can't go out this direction. This is the edge of the map. Let's just keep exploring. So far, it's very, very quiet and perfectly normal. Even though I know there are ghosts out here. Somewhere. All right, let's cut next to the barn, I think. The barn is clean now, so have we explored this playground? I don't know. Let's look around. Anything interesting at the playground? Can we climb up? We cannot. There's like a fountain. Is anything by the fountain? Let's see. Ground. Because we're on a investigation, like trying to find the slave houses, but also just trying to find any information about new ghosts as well. We gotta, okay, I think that was all the way around basically. Didn't see anything. Is that's the playground again, right? All right, what's over here? This is the barn. Wait, what's here? Oh, there's a piece of paper here. Cheer captain still missing. Melanie Peter, 17, a resident of 234 Madison Street, was reported missing over a year ago. Melanie was last seen November 10th, 1973, after the annual New Ireland homecoming football game. She was with a group of her friends at a party celebrating the team's victory. She is 5'7" and approximately 120 pounds. Some of her confirmed attire consisted of flowered bell bottoms, an olive-colored shawl, and her favorite corduroy cabbie hat. Cable hat? Yeah, cabbie hat, I guess. The continued disappearance of young teens still begrudgingly plagues the historical district. The coordination of local police and the community have surfaced some leads, but the whereabouts of all the missing teens still remains a mystery. Anyone with information regarding Melanie or other missing children is urged to immediately contact the police. Okay. Have a great rest of your stream. See you later, Daedalus. Thanks for visiting and stopping by. All right. So that's another piece of evidence we didn't have. That's another ghost, I think. What's this? Another one? Yeah, and there's just all this stuff by the barn we never saw. Can I pick this up, please? Oh, there it is. I was like, where's my cursor? Football, homecoming, New Eidolon versus Northeast State. Okay, is that related to the cheerleader? Maybe. Is there more information here? Like, that's 3 pieces that we've picked up, so that's pretty good. All right, we still can't go out here, can we? Or maybe we can. All right, that leads to the cave, right? All right, so the cave is kind of near the barn, it looks like. Just trying to get sort of bearing. Oh, that's just you. Okay, that's nothing.
Nothing paranormal about these EMF readings.
All right. Well, what's this? This is the, what is this? This is the side door of the Hurley house. Okay. Oops. Let's get some lights on. All right. What else is there? I saw something. Like a hand popped up. Maybe not. The disembodied hand glowing as we have the EMF reader in the mirror. All right, so I think this is the area where the poltergeist hangs out, right? So maybe we set up the camera here just because and kind of go about our day, I think. Because there's not really, I don't think there's anything that we can pick up over here. And quickly look around, but I've already checked the Hurley house pretty well for things to pick up. All right, so let's just leave that here for right now. All right, so what's over here? This is what exactly? Is this closed? This is not closed. Okay. Oh, turn that back on. What is this? Some kind of office. Okay. What do we got in here? Oh, we got a paper. My dearest Mary, it's hard to believe we've been married 6 months already. Time has passed so quickly. I know this is not what we had in mind, living married life, but this war will be over before we know it. We have won every battle we've been engaged in. I am certain this war will be over within a year, and we can settle down in our own little house with our kids playing in the yard. I know I will see you soon. I love you, Mary Walsh. Pat. Okay. Interesting. What do we got over here? Anything else? There's a lot of electronic equipment. What's this? Probably just lights
Looks like this is a normal EMF reading.
causing the EMF. Can we turn the light on? Anything in here? And a shower. I see nothing. It's a very dark shower. Why do you not have a light here? All right. Nothing in the trash can. This is going to be the light again. They should probably get the wiring in this place checked out.
Are acting funny.
Oh.
I should continue investigating.
Or we're discovering a ghost. There's something. Mary Walsh. Okay. We've picked up like 5 pieces of information. That's really awesome. Well, this wasn't what I intended to investigate, but if I can get some more EMF, maybe we will. I think I missed it. Oh, it's cold? No, this just seems normal, right?
These temperature fluctuations appear to be normal.
Yeah, it's just normal. So we're accidentally discovering a ghost here. That's pretty cool. Did I turn this on? No, we didn't. All right, Mary, is it your ghost? Is the ghost of Mary that I'm discovering? Where was that? It was right around here somewhere. That's just going to be...
That was a very unusual noise. I'll keep that as evidence. Looks like this is a normal EMF reading.
Okay, so we discovered a new ghost. It's got to be Mary. It's a lady's voice. All right, Mary, can you give me some EMF? It looked like she was working as like... It talked about a war. So is this like some kind of little... Obviously, they had sleeping areas, but maybe this was like a setup station where they could work, sleep, eat, all that good stuff. So they didn't have to worry about going home, like take shifts here, long shifts maybe. All right, I should probably get a camera in case, I mean, I know I've got my other camera set up for the poltergeist, but I can go grab a camera real fast. Actually, I'm gonna grab the pod first. And set it up just to help me track down some EMF. Right here's good. Then I'm gonna go grab a camera and see if, just in case, just to have it in case I'm gonna have to rearrange my items though. All right. Let's sit down. All right, now let's get this one. Nope. I have a very specific order of things. Because otherwise, my muscle memory, I will grab the wrong thing. All right. It was across the street over here. Okay. So let's try and get some more sounds. More EMF. Oop. That's just going to be the light, right?
These EMF readings appear to be normal.
Where are you, Mary? Come on, come on. Come out, wherever you are. Wait, did she close that? Because it definitely was open before. I think she closed it. Maybe we can get some temperature readings. This just seems normal.
These temperature fluctuations appear to be normal.
Is she around somewhere? Mary, Mary, where are you? It's not a very big area. You'd think that you could find her pretty easy. Might have to come back with actual evidence. I was just kind of like, we discovered her. So, I don't know. I don't see any more things to pick up, though. All right. Well, you seem to be shy right now, Mary, so that's okay. We'll continue our investigations. What's down here? This is snack bar, right? All right, let's look back here. Can we find these slave cabins? Like, I don't even know what I'm looking for. Where would they even be? I mean, I'm just kind of guessing that they'd be back here. Oh, maybe back here. Okay, good. Good. Exactly what I was looking for. This is very... Okay, so there's lots of newspapers. This definitely seems like slave cabins. Also seems like not a very happy place. Let's look around. How far back can we go? There's some spooky sounds. All right. Well, let's go around this way. This is the same one we were just in. Nope, this is a different one. All right. All right. Oh, there's something over here. Oh, it's a picture. Okay. Maybe that's the guy we're looking for as a baby, perhaps? There's lots of pictures. Lots of stuff around. All right. That's just a wolf howling, though. All right. What about the next one? Here's something. Okay, this is the one we were just in. So there's two. How many are there? Are there any more? So this is in relationship to the lighthouses over there. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to figure that out, but we'll see. This is... I want to go back to the cabins. I don't want to get away from the cabins. That's what I've been searching for. Is basically just through all these trees. All right. So how many are there? I see the two. Is there another one? There. Wait, is this another one? It is another one. This is like one spooky area. It looks like it almost feels like I should be able to pick something up, but is that like bones? I don't know. These slave cabins are spooky, especially since they don't have any lights and they're all creaky. Hey, Night Flurry, welcome in. You bought me some food? Ooh. What did you buy? Let's see. All right. That's that wolf again. Can I not get this one? Is this one another one? I think this is a different one. It's very tiny. Can I turn the light on? Would be nice. This is supposed to be like a museum, right? Like, why haven't you made this part a museum? I guess you didn't want to advertise it, but I mean, it is what it is. That looks disgusting. All right. I'm not getting any evidence, right? Noticing abnormal readings. One piece of audio. Can we get any kind of EVP?
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
You didn't buy me anything. I don't know if there's anyone here.
Who would like to speak with me?
I kind of want to ask how many are here and see if we get a response.
How many people are here other than me?
See if we get any
How many
answer.
people are here other than me?
I mean, it was kind of a long shot. All right, can we get any temperature? These are some shy ghosts. Might have to go back to the truck so I can get more information. Go back to the office, you know? Hello? Can you guys come out and play? Hello? Anybody here? Well, to be fair, I only had the one piece of evidence, so I don't know. Maybe we have found them now. Oh, there we go. Nope, nope, nope. Come back here. Where'd you go? You were right here. You were right here just a second ago. Where'd you go? Go in here? All right, let's see if we can find them. There was definitely a ghost here. Maybe they're not in the cabins. They're just in this area. I mean, that would explain things a bit.
These temp readings are unusual.
Okay. Oh, there we go. The very cold ghost.
Something is going on here. These temperature readings are definitely paranormal.
Okay.
The EMF meter should not behave this way. This is
Nice.
paranormal.
All right, so we got both of those taken care of. All right, can we get some EVP?
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
What about me, Night? You buy me any chocolate?
Is there anyone here?
Everyone wants Night Flurry to buy them some food. What's your name?
Tell me your name?
It could just be a residual ghost, right?
Can you tell me your name?
All right, so we're not getting anything. Can we listen? All right, maybe we go back to the Hurley house, see if we've gotten any information about the poltergeist. Because I think now we can find... Okay. So it's just right across the street then from the Hurley house? All right. Okay. We can find that again. Let's see. Did we get any information?
That was a very unusual noise. I'll keep that as evidence.
What was that? That was really weird. It sounded like growling.
This photo with the recorder evidence supports a poltergeist being present.
Okay. Oh, through the book and the papers. Okay. All right. Nice. Maybe we'll get lots of evidence now. Because the only thing we need now is sound. We're getting lots of sound evidence.
What was that? I'm glad I captured it with a recorder.
All right. The poltergeist is definitely active right now. So I think maybe we'll see if we can get the last bit of sound info for it. And then we'll return to the office. We've already gotten photos. That's great. Okay, there we go. That was the last bit.
Ooh, that is eerie audio evidence.
Nice. All right. So let's return to the office. I feel like this was a very successful journey. We got lots of sound evidence. We got lots of things for our little archives book. Yeah, I think that was pretty good. Overwhelming amount of audio evidence. Nice. And we discovered, I don't think we discovered the slave ghost, but we found their area. So that's at least something. But we did discover Mary. So we did discover her. We can investigate, and then we can work on releasing the poltergeist. Maybe. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Okay, so let's get some, not this. We want the lighthouse. So, oh, we did discover the Melanie. Okay, Melanie. We want that ghost. Who is this? Mary worked here. Okay, so we have 3 ghosts. Man, who we want to even investigate? This is crazy. Mary. What would keep Mary here? Possible signs of inhabitants. Oh, okay. What was this one for? Depiction of the ghost's appearance. Okay, that might be related to maybe the demon, possibly. All right. Mary Walsh. Oh, death of your husband. Okay. Okay, so maybe let's take off the porter and let's kind of focus on Mary for a bit. Mary lost her husband on duty. Mary was newlywed while here. This is like all of the... We went from... Oh, we're still missing... Oh, I know what this is going to be. This is going to be the demon's summoning thing. All right. So, give me just a second, guys. I need to take some medicine. Got to get that Dayquil in you, right? All right. So we're only missing one piece of information. That is going to be the summoning scroll for the demon. Because, like, I can tell from, like, I'm pretty sure from the edges. Because I'm pretty sure the lipstick killer is a demon. So we will... Melanie, that's the cheerleader, and Mary. So, all right. So let's go back and investigate Mary and see what we can find. Poltergeist, do we want to try and release the poltergeist? Let's see. Let me look up about releasing a poltergeist. Let's see. Is there something about poltergeist? I don't see anything here. Residual intelligent and poltergeist ghosts will produce visual and audio effects guiding you to the next smudging area. But there's something we have to do about poltergeist. Let's see. Let's see. The name poltergeist comes from German language meaning noisy spirit. Research shows that poltergeist activity starts quietly and gradually increases until the homeowner finds it unbearable. Sometimes the noises have no apparent source, but other times they come from household items that have been mysteriously destroyed. Some individuals who encountered poltergeists claim to have been physically harmed by them. However, evidence suggests that these injuries were the result of being startled by the ghost and were not directly caused by one. Paranormal experts are torn between two theories about the nature of poltergeist. The first theory suggests that these ghosts are unknown life forms, not spirits of the deceased. The theory is plausible, even though poltergeists are intelligent. There is often no evidence to match a poltergeist to any former person. Additionally, EVP evidence is non-existent, meaning that poltergeists may be unable to use human language. The second theory suggests that poltergeists were former people who are unhappy with the home's current residents. The supporting argument for this theory points to noisy disruptions which seem human in nature. Both sides have supporting data, but only facts can be determined through detailed investigations. Yeah, apparently noisy. I guess poltergeists are, yeah, there you go. Some investigators believe that when smudging with rosemary and reciting stanza 134 from the Book of Corpses, a poltergeist can open a portal returning to a plane of existence. Stanza 134. Investigators have been able to obtain strange audio from the poltergeist antics throughout the years. Generally, a temperature drop occurs prior to any activity. Okay, which one is rosemary? Okay, it's like the yellow string. Now, the Book of Corpses, stanza 134, is that something I need to know? Because it's right here. This ancient book was discovered during a sewer excavation near St. Joseph Cathedral in the historical district of New Eidolon. This contains the contents of the red leather-bound book are handwritten in Latin and have a poetic format. Experts determined that the book catalogs how to interact with the dead in various scenarios. For example, stanza 134 describes how to interact with a supernatural gatekeeper. O thou gates who preserveth the conversion of realms for thy lords, I know thy name. Give me leave to commune thy gates. Well, we can try it. I mean, why not? Worst case, we don't get it, right? So it is meant to throw things off shelf or just move things around. I guess so. Poltergeist. Let's see. What does it say? Poltergeist literally means rumble ghost. Oh, that's interesting. That makes sense. All right. Let's go ahead and head back. Some coffee. All right.
I'm fairly confident I've released more than half the ghost at Bar Harbor Lighthouse.
All right. Let's get, what do we need? It was this one, right? All right, and we need EMF, right? And a camera. Except for I'm going to put stuff down in a particular order. All right, now we'll pick this up if I can. And then the rosemary. All right, now let's see if we can find sorry, but can you do your research better? All right. Let's see. I bet you that the book is going to be in this vicinity. This is where the poltergeist is active. I bet it's going to be this book right here. Get our free EMF.
These lights are acting funny. I should continue investigating. The EMF meter should not behave this way. This is paranormal.
All right. Let's give it a try. It should be right around here, right? One would think. Now, we do have to know a little something about the previous residents. So, right here. All right. From the Books of Corpses, it's 134.
O thou gates, who preservereth the conversion of realms for thy lords, I knoweth thy name. Give me leave to commune thy gates.
Woo! All right.
Now I just need to find where the poltergeist is drawing energy from.
All right. So, there's one over here. This is going to be Renee. Let's see. This was Renee's room. Renee Novak.
Thy unknown, whose allowance is impermissible on this plane, must removeth thy grip thee hast stolen from Renee Novak.
The these and thous.
No more.
It's not being used properly. All right. Who else do we got? Probably going to be upstairs. Let's see. Oop. Anyone in here? Nope. Probably the other side. All right. Let's go to the other side. This is going to be Deidre.
Thy unknown, whose allowance is impermissible on this plane, must removeth thy grip thee hast stolen from Deidre Hurley. It is yours no more.
The problem I have is that form of thee it's like the objective you, right?
O thou gates, who preservereth the conversion of realms for thy lords, I knoweth thy name. Give me leave to suppress thy gates. It creeps me out every time I send a poltergeist back to wherever it came from. I should double check I have the relic before I leave.
Nice. Well, that was easy peasy. All right. So let's go set this in the truck for right now. We won't leave without it, but we don't need to carry it around with us. All right. So now let's go ahead and get the rest of our equipment. We already got our EMF, which is nice. We'll grab this. And I'm going to grab the auto cam too. And then we're going to go right over here and investigate Mary. All right. So first we'll set up. All right. Let's get is this light that's gonna turn the outside off, right? See, yeah, that turns the outside off. Let's get these turned on. All right, I think this will be good. Set it up right there. Get this on. Let's pull out our thermometer so we can find her. All right. So now we have all the notes we need on her. This is probably just going to be a normal cold spot, I imagine.
Nothing paranormal about these temperature readings.
Yeah, that's fine. But we should be able to find Mary. So she was working during the war and lost her husband. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. Where are you? All right. So we just have to wait for her to show up. We've already done a good bit of stuff. EMF, we didn't get the photo yet. That's okay. So really all we've gotten is EMF. But that's enough to get started because we also have like 1,001 notes on Mary. So in theory, it should be easy to find her. I wonder if she might be outside the building. Could look around outside the building, perhaps. See if maybe she's like hanging out back or something. Really? All right.
Ooh, that is eerie audio evidence.
Got that. All right, let's see if we can get, oh, there we go, low temperatures. Nice.
These temp readings are unusual.
Keep cooperating, Mary. Nope, nope, come back here. Come back here. Oh, these are just normal.
These temperature fluctuations appear to be normal.
Well, that one that I had wasn't, though. It was like in the 30s. Where'd she go? She was definitely here. Mary. I'll try going outside again because that was very productive. Walking around the back. She was just like, hey. Can we see in to the office? Oh, that's interesting. There's like a washer, dryer. You can see in through the office. It's kind of cool. All right. Gonna be in here, Mary? Come on. Where are you? Oh. Interesting.
Incredible. I captured a ghost on film.
Let's see. She's a shadow ghost.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
Shadow ghosts are intelligent. They could respond to EVP.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
What's your name? I mean, you were
Can you tell me
literally
your name?
right here.
Can you tell me your name?
Can you say Mary? All right, let's try and get temperature. She was right here. That was really cool. Guess I could go ahead and get my pictures.
Incredible. A photo of an entity?
Yeah, she is definitely a shadow ghost. All right. Might as well leave it here. All right, Mary. Show yourself. Give me some more temperature data. Or some sound clips. I'll take sound clips. Sound clips are also good. There we go. She's back. She was back. There we go.
Something is going on here. These temperature readings are definitely paranormal.
Nice. Now let's get our sound clips. You know why I'm
Do
here.
you know why I'm here?
Maybe why are you here next?
Do you know why I'm here?
See if we get any response. Why are you here?
Why are you here?
We'd also asked if she lives here because this is kind of like a live-in area.
Why are you here?
I'll ask if she lives here,
Is
and
this
then
your home?
we'll move on.
Is this your home?
All right, so no responses so far to EVP. It's okay. Maybe we get the pair mic. Chuck's right here, so it's pretty easy. All right. Let's get the pair mic. Yeah, let's get the paramedic. That's really all we need. All right. Now, Mary, all on you. You say something? What do you have to tell us? Anything you'd like to say? Anything at all? I would love to know how these weird sounds happen. The alien sounds. Mary, where are you? Come on, just a sound bite. Can you tell me something? I just want to hear something. Can I turn on the radio? Mary, what you have to say, girl? Let's go around. Maybe she's out back. Maybe we can see her through the office. Hello? Are you working? Not a creeper, really. All right, Mary. I've got all your evidences. You need to talk to me. I can't help you if you won't talk to me. Oh, we're okay.
I'll keep that as audio evidence.
Do
you like the current family living here?
And then maybe how many are here?
Do you like the current family living here?
How many are here? Want to speak?
How many people are here other than me?
Maybe we can get some kind of
How many
information.
people are here other than me?
Hello? You want to
Is there
speak?
anything you'd like to tell me?
Nothing at all?
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
We got one more sound clip, so that's something. All right, let's go ahead and close the EVP. Oh, and we're already back again? Let's try it again. What's your name?
Can you tell me your name?
And then we'll do you live here?
Can you tell me your name?
She respond? You live here?
Is this your home? Is this your home?
Okay, so nothing. All right, let's just try getting sound clips then. Maybe she has no EVP. Not all ghosts have it, even if they are intelligent. We'll just... Why are you
Why
here?
are you here?
I don't know if we'll get
Why are
any
you here?
responses, but I like to try. Just especially when I hear the chimes. All right, let's see. Can we get a response in the over here in the little cot area?
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Maybe she'll say something. Maybe she'll respond to some EVP. It's doing an awful lot of activity.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
All right. How about Mary? Mary, speak. go outside again. Maybe we can get some information outside of her office. Hear something? Anything? Not getting any sound. I would love to get the rest of your information. That would be great. But I also can't stay here forever. Audio evidence that can't be explained. We'll try a little bit longer. Okay. All right, thank you.
What was that? I'm glad I captured it with a recorder.
Any more? I maybe need like 2 more sound evidences. Some audio. She turned the light out. She's turning all the lights out. Mary, are you trying to go to bed? Is that what's going on here? Are you tired? You need to take a nap? Had just 1 wind chime. What's your name?
Can you tell me your name?
We'll never get a response. I'm convinced she has no EVP evidence.
Can you tell me your name?
But I'll keep trying. Okay, come on, Mary. You know you want to help me out here. If you talk to me, I can help you get out of here. And maybe you can find your husband. Come on. All right, look. It's just us. We're just hanging out. Can you talk to me? Do you feel more comfortable in the... Hello? Okay, Mary. Why are you here? See, she's literally right there. Will you answer me?
Why are you here?
I don't think she has EVP evidence. She also isn't very talkative.
Can you tell me your name?
Please? You're right here. I'm like interviewing you.
Can you tell me your name?
Nope. Not getting nothing. Nothing at all. All right, Mary. I will turn the light out. You seem to be tired. Will that help you? Will you feel better then?
Incredible. I captured it.
Did we get her saluting? We did get her saluting. That's pretty cool. So she seems to have a bit of a sense of duty then. Come on, Mary. Okay, is that a new one? It is.
That's extraordinary audio evidence. Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Maybe we can get, maybe her last evidence is EVP. Maybe. We'll see. Anyone here?
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
We'll see.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak with me?
No one? All right. Well, we only need 1 more audio evidence, I think. Come on, Mary. Talk to me. Here, I'll turn out the bathroom light. It's just Just one light left. The lights hurt your eyes? Can you talk to me? Significant audio. I just need one more sound clip, Mary. Then I'll leave you be. There we go. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's extraordinary audio evidence.
I will be on my way. All right. How are we going to get the information for the cheerleader? She was over near the barn, right? I think. At least let me go to where it was near the barn that I picked up the notes, right? So the barn is right near our truck somewhere. Where is it? Is it across this way? Let me see. Or is it back this way? Is it across the street from Mary's house? Oh yeah, it's across from Mary's house. Okay. So where would Melanie's ghost? No. But I found her notes back here. So maybe we'll have notes here or stuff here. We have extreme paranormal activity peak levels now. So maybe we can find her. Not gonna like spend a ton of time looking for her because we don't even have all of her notes. But I thought maybe if we caught a glimpse of her, then that might be good. I'm not sure where her area is. Is it on the playground maybe? I don't know. I mean, she was a teen, so I could see her hanging out on the playground for fun. Really don't know. She might be a difficult one to track down, but I think we also can get more evidence for her and perhaps come back. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and release Mary because she's an easy one. And then we can, I think, all this one done. We release the ghost in the parlor. We'll have a double ghost release expose. All right. Let's listen to Mary's sound clips, though. And make sure we understand her motivations. All right. Tour guide, diligent shadow. The detective.
Detecting an anomaly. Detecting an anomaly. Detecting an anomaly.
The detective.
Detecting an anomaly.
Now me?
Detecting an anomaly. Detecting an anomaly. Detecting an anomaly.
Something about the detective. It sounds like she's saying the detective now me, but that's not quite right.
I miss you every day. I miss you every day. I miss you every day. I miss you every day.
We rescue every day?
Intercepting a bit. Intercepting a bit. Intercepting a bit.
Just something of it?
Intercepting a bit.
Maybe?
Receiving a new transmission. Receiving a new transmission. Receiving a new transmission.
This one I can't make out.
Receiving a new transmission.
That one I'm not sure.
Together forever. Together forever.
Something forever.
Together forever. Together forever. Together forever.
There's something, I can't make out the beginning. Something forever. And she's upset about it.
Why did you have to go?
Why did you have to go? Okay, so that's going to be related to her husband. Let's look up what her last name is. Mary Walsh. She died in her sleep. She enlisted with the Coast Guard when she was 19. The country entered the Second Great War, and she strongly felt it was her duty to serve, regardless of being newlywed. Mary was very proud of her distinguished Coast Guard career as a telegraph and radio operator. Patrick Walsh, her husband, served in the Navy, was mortally wounded in 1942. As a polio survivor, losing her husband, and being the sole woman within her Coast Guard sector, Mary gracefully displayed her resilience throughout her entire life. She was also very kind and caring. Mary would regularly volunteer her time at the local children's hospital, doing her best to cheer up the kids. She was a member of St. Joseph's Cathedral. Surviving Mrs. Walsh is her brother, Richard Holt. Funeral services will be held. Okay. So Mary Walsh, she was basically an outstanding citizen. I have been informed of the death of your husband, Lieutenant Patrick Walsh, and write to you with great sadness. Our country shares your loss, and our fellow citizens, with their deepest sympathies, will forever honor your husband's selfless sacrifice. We pray that your husband's bravery and courage that has so heartbreakingly earned his eternal respect will provide comfort to you in the days ahead. For all citizens, share your loss and sorrows. Mrs. Roosevelt and I want you to know that you and your family are in our thoughts and prayers. And then it's hard to believe we've been married 6 months already. So yeah, they loved each other, and she was sad about, what is this? Okay, that was related to the other thing. All right, so, okay. Yeah, she worked as the telegraph operator. All right. So I think we have a pretty good understanding of it. Now, what do we need for Shadow Juniper? That's the blue string. Okay. Let's go ahead and try and release her real fast, because I think we understand her story. I say that now, and then I'm going to miss every single one. So this has got to be like a microphone, right? For the telegraph machine. That looks to be what it is. Let's quickly release her, and then we will call this one done. We'll tie it up with a nice little pretty bow.
I'm fairly...
All right. Let's go ahead and get a camera and an EMF and the blue string. Then let's go find her relic, which should be near the front. It should be pretty easy to find. This is not a big room, and I keep turning that off by mistake. Turn this one on, turn this one on. That's normal. Let's see, where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay. Let's get our EMF.
These lights are acting funny. I should continue investigating.
Awesome.
The EMF meter should not behave this way. This is paranormal.
All right, now let's light it up and see if we can get this release started. Where do we start at? Let's see. Should be right around here, I would think. Maybe not. Oh, we start here. Okay. All right. Let's follow. We are trying to communicate with Mary Walsh.
I'd like to acknowledge Mary Walsh's presence.
I think she's in the kitchen area. What is the attachment? It's a microphone.
I found this microphone in your office. I believe it may have been one you used when you worked here. I've learned that you're very good at your job and well respected.
And then should be over here. Maybe. What was the grief upon death? She was heartbroken. Her husband died.
I know you lived a full life, but it seems like you never healed from the loss of your husband. It must have been terrible to lose him at such a young age. I know you missed him dearly. You can be with him now. You just have to let go of these memories and leave this place.
Farewell, my friend.
What a rare experience to take a photo of a ghost.
Goodbye. All right. Nice. We'll get the relic.
I should double check I have the relic before I leave.
You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to take the Poltergeist book. I wonder if it's in the I gotta go see if it's in the I need to see if it's in my office, because I may have released the Poltergeist and then just let it go again, because I've had that before. Even though the relic was in the truck, if I didn't have it in my hand, but it said I released it, so I don't know. I'm gonna go look and see in the museum. All right, let's see. We have the hat. We have that. Do we have the book? I'm not seeing the book. I think I might have to release the Poltergeist again. Hey, look. That may be a whoopsie daisy on me. Yeah, I've got to go. Okay, let's go release the Poltergeist again real fast. Whoops. That will be easy to do, though. We'll do that real fast. And then I won't forget the book this time.
I'm fairly...
All right. This it was the yellow string. All right. Easy peasy. At least we know how to do it this time. It'll be like no time at all. All right, turn this on. This on. And this on. All right. Now let's do this real fast. Oh, I can't get EMF again. I forgot. All right. There we go. It was like right here, right? All right. 134.
O thou gates, who preservereth the conversion of realms for thy lords, I knoweth thy name. Give me leave to commune thy gates. Now I just need to find where the poltergeist is drawing energy from.
Yep. All right. So we already know the two that he's drawing energy from. Renee Novak.
Thy unknown, whose allowance is impermissible on this plane, must removeth thy grip thee hast stolen from Renee Novak. It is yours no more.
Thee is an objective you. You can't use it in that context. All right. And then, let's see, Deidre.
Thy unknown, whose allowance is impermissible on this plane, must removeth thy grip thee hast stolen from Deidre Hurley. It is yours no more.
All right. And then we go back down. This one's an easy poltergeist, though.
O thou gates, who preservereth the conversion of realms for thy lords, I knoweth thy name. Give me leave to suppress thy gates. Ugh, this whole process creeps me out. Well, I guess all that matters is it's gone. I should make sure this relic is on me when I leave.
All right. So this time we for sure have the relic. All right. Whoopsie daisy. I wish that if you had it in the truck, it counted, but you have
I'm
to
just
have
not
it
feeling it tonight.
in your hands. Just not feeling it. I mean, we released a ghost. That's important, right? All right. I think you only get credit for releasing it the one time. All right. Let's head to the office. That was a job well done. We released Mary and the poltergeist. So once again, actually, I think we're even better positioned than we were before, because now every ghost we've discovered, we have released. I know there are at least 3 more ghosts that we have to find. The ghost of the slaves, the ghost of Melanie the cheerleader, and then the demon, the lipstick killer, which I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. I don't know much about that yet, but that will be in the next episode. So if you like this kind of content, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. If you want to watch live, we're on Twitch at twitch.tv/thehour27. I have my schedule posted in the about and in the description. And if you want to see which games I'll be playing each day, I post them on twitter.com/thehour27. And I hope you'll join me in the next one. Until then, guys, bye. All right. Well, that was fun. I feel like we accomplished a lot. Released 2 ghosts. That was job well done, guys. Job well done. So tomorrow, we are doing a normal double stream, like our typical Sunday double stream. We're going to be playing Stray. You don't want to miss that. And we are going to be playing The Room 2 after that. So both of those are going to be super, super fun games. And I think that I'm looking forward to that. We'll be starting that at 3 p.m. Central again tomorrow. So that is the plan with that. Let's go ahead. You know, Daedalus visited us, so let's go ahead and raid him. He is playing Elden Ring. So here we go. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. So you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss cute little cats running around in a post-apocalyptic world. It's going to be a ton of fun. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.